welcome for this new tutorial. My name is Bruno Flaven. I just released this article, this last article about how to deploy on Azure Cloud a POC, proof of concept of a FastAPI machine learning that expose feature of machine learning. So basically, it comes to an end of a journey that I've started in August, where I was wondering how can I first discover intelligence artificials and work sense features that can be exposed or delivered through an API. So first of all, I work on the personalization of a pipeline of machine learning. Then I work more specifically on natural language processing machine learning through SpaceSeed. Then I discovered FastAPI, and I was wondering how can I expose these machine learning features through an API made with FastAPI. I've worked on the speech to text with a library like Whispers. And so this is kind of the end of the journey. I mean, the first trip that I've made on intelligence artificial on a very basic level. And I was wondering how can I expose it through Azure, because I'm going to work maybe with Azure, but you can do, this is almost the same if you need to deploy on Google Cloud or on Heroku or on Amazon. Okay, so let's dive directly. The first thing that you need you can read the article, and you can read the other article, and you can subscribe also to my YouTube channel. And by the way, also, all the code is available on my own GitHub account. So here we go. And I've made a specific directory where you have all these source code that is from each of the article. And this time, this one is right here. So if I can go, you see, I deploy ML architecture. Okay, so we are right here. Okay, we jumped right here. We have this. I'm using Sublime most of the time, and in every directory, every time I'm doing video, I do a walkthrough. So I would go through the walkthrough, and then also I would show some element inside Visual Code, which is a bit different, especially to manage Azure. Anyway, let's start by the beginning. So what we have to do, first of all, we're getting here, is that we need to create a simple API. That's a very basic one. And this API, we're going to develop next on different level and iterate on it and create this API and then deploy it to, first of all, to use it locally through an environment made with Anaconda. Second, with Docker. And third, release it on the on Azure. So let's create this one. So I'm going to delete and empty my folders. So I delete this one, and I will delete. I don't delete the README because I need it. I don't want to rewrite it. So let's go through the little README that I've made. So what I'm already here. I have create this. It's already exist. I'm here. Okay. Sorry. I am here. You see. So I can get there directly through the console. I rather go with the console because it's easier. Sorry. Type correct one. So we are here. There's nothing except the README. Okay. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna create all these files, and I'm gonna get this quick. Okay, it has created. You see, it has created all these files, and if I make ls.l, I got all the stuff. So then after, to make my API, I need to cut and paste everything inside. So first of all, I'm going to open main. I'm going to open all them and requirements. So main, this is this one. So this is a pretty simple, for instance, I'm going to, and I say YouTube just to prove you that we're going to use this one. Let's say what I need is that I'm leveraging on FastAPI and Uvicorn, which is I think this is a server, Uvicorn, and FastAPI, this is the FastAPI. By the way, you can have FastAPI. You see, this is this one. I'm going to add it to my walkthrough. By the way, Anyway, so this one is pretty interesting. This is a Docker file right here. So I will go through it later, but it's gonna download a Python version 3.9, then create a work there, then copy and paste inside this work there the requirement that I've already created, then install all the stuff. This is virtualization, but anyway, I will go through for the third part of this video. Okay, so I neglect it for the moment. And the doc ignore, this is what is required. This one I've taken, you can have a less variables doc ignore, but this one I've taken from this website. Anyway, so we're good. And what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna test it directly locally. So I'm ensuring that I'm in the right. So yes, I'm in the right, so I don't. And then I can launch this. So yeah, sorry, I always forget. I need to. I'm using. Like I say, I'm using environment. I'm using. Sorry, I'm just updating some stuff. I'm using for the environment. I'm using Anaconda. So I'm gonna get back to the base right here. I'm in the correct environment that I'm gonna use, but I want to show you how to. You deactivate and then you came back to base. Okay, so be sure to have the correct environment loaded, because then you're gonna install the stuff. I've already installed everything just to speed up the process. So I'm gonna activate, but this time you see if I make a requirement, so I'm in the correct one, I'm gonna install all the requirements. They're already installed, so I think it's gonna say, okay, you're right, you're okay, everything is done, already satisfied, I'm perfect. But if you create this environment, you will have to make the install, and it will install everything from the requirement. Okay, and then I need to go. So I've activated, and then I need to. So this is the way you launch a FastAPI. Basically, the main comes from the name of the file, and inside the main, it's because you have right here app. You can go for that. I'm gonna make a few changes just to show you the logic behind. So we see that on a local machine, YouTube, if I say okay, and I can change on fly some stuff, let's say YouTube 2, and then I refresh, or let's say I want to directly goes to the, so I need to activate this one, goes directly to the documentation made with Swagger, which is integrate, and you see it's reloading every time. If I made intentionally a mistake, let's say I'm going to create a new, and I will call it, normally this is health check. Yeah, let's call it health check. So I'm going to create this new one, and I'm going to delete this one and say, okay, this is health check. Health check. It is okay. No, I need to keep this one. Why should I change? It's running. Ah, shit. I would say YouTube. That's okay. Okay, then if I reload, so it's reloading the stuff, and normally if I go there, yeah, it has new enter point. If I go try and then execute, I should see my message. Okay, and then I can change it directly. YouTube Azure, I would say 333. Okay, and then you see if I redo, yeah, 333. Okay, that's all right. And by the way, now I'm redirect directly to the stuff. If I change, I can go back to my previous, and this is home, and this is YouTube. Good again, and then I would say it's okay. Okay, then I go back to the previous. Okay, nothing has changed, but then I should see YouTube again. It's okay. So I've made few change. That's interesting. So that's not exactly, but I show you a little bit of FastAPI and how. So we've seen this time how to change on fly the FastAPI, to load it into the Anaconda, and then for the next video, I'm going to show you how to load the same video inside Docker. Okay. So see you in a minute. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget also to read eventually our post, and you can grab the code that is available right here. So we're gonna work on the second video. See you in a minute then. Bye bye.